That's why most plant sellers don't like the work I do around here. If you bought an anthurium and it stopped blooming, has no flowers, no growth, no new leaves, looks weak and small, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. A lot of times, the lack of blooming and growth isn't related to a lack of water, and it isn't because the plant is sick. In the vast majority of cases, the problem is that your plant doesn't have, right here, a well developed root system or a substrate that provides the ideal growing environment for blueing, or it might even be completely lacking the necessary amount of specifically micronutrient nutrition. And that's exactly what we're going to fix, all at once, with just one method. An experienced grower gave me this little powder here once, years ago, and after I started using it and saw the results, I never stopped using it. And what you need is this right here. Look. This specific amount is already enough to completely revitalize all your plants that are struggling, weak, and sick. Without a strong root system, or even with a lifeless substrate system, everything can be solved with just a small portion of this powder here. But you know what's even crazier? You probably already have this right there at home. You just don't know the power it has, or the best way to use it. But in this video, you're going to find out exactly the secret that most nursery owners don't want you to know. Otherwise, you won't throw your plant away and buy another one, which is exactly what they want. Here, I'm going to teach you how to restore your plant and the secret they use on their own plants to get abundant blooms, even on small plants. Just look at this. What a treasure from nature. As simple as it may seem, before you say it doesn't work or that it really does, I just want you to try it out at home. I have a bowl here, and inside this bowl, one also have 1 liter of chlorine-free water. Preferably, rainwater is the best for this kind of recipe. Okay, folks? If it's tap water, let it sit for 24 hours after you take it from the tap, and then you can use it. For all these recipes I make, rainwater is the best. If you have it, that's the ideal scenario. And now we're going to add the main ingredient of this recipe, which is this black powder right here. Look, we're going to add a not too full spoonful to 1 liter of water. I'm about to reveal the name of this powder here because a lot of people like to try to guess what we use on our plants. So I want to see if you can guess what this black powder is. Detailed, it's organic and natural, something we use on plants. Comment down below if you already know what it is before we reveal it in this video. Now we're going to mix all these ingredients here to blend them well in the water. You can mix it really well. While we're doing this, also let us know in the comments where you're watching us from. I love meeting new people who are joining the channel and finding out how far our videos are reaching. Some of the places are just unbelievable. Take a look at the comments on this video to see just how far these tips from our channel are reaching. Guys, you can really mix it thoroughly, okay? And we're gonna let this solution sit here for about 10 to 20 minutes, so the nutrients and compounds from this powder can be released into the water. This is gonna turn into a nutrient-rich watering solution, but let me explain to you now that it's not just a nutrient-rich watering solution. There's another item we use on our plants that will boost the results of this nutrient-rich watering for restoring, strengthening, and flowering any plant. We're going to use it on the anthurium, but this works for lots and lots of plants that produce flowers and need energy to bloom. While our solution is resting here for 10 or 20 minutes, let me show you the next ingredient that's going to bring this flowering. In fact, this other ingredient, is the main one responsible for the nutrients that promote flowering. Meanwhile, this is what will bring life and biology to the soil, transforming nutrients into something compatible with the plant roots, so the plants can actually absorb them. Here we have the next ingredient in this little recipe. This one here, look, its texture is different from the first one we used. And this one, you don't put it in water, folks. This one goes straight into the soil, and I'll explain the amount to you. It's organic and natural as well. You might already have this one at home, too. Everyone who has plants has already used this on their plants and had great results with flowering. Even by itself, it's already really good. This here is dark bone meal, okay? This is the dark bone meal. It's a little more processed. And it's also part of our recipe, but it doesn't go in the water. No. You know how we apply it? We apply it just the way I'm about to show you now, because the results are much better. Grab your plant that you're going to fertilize with this organic and natural fertilizer. Now, take anything with a pointed tip and make a little hole here on one side and another hole on the other side of the soil, on the edge of the pot without touching the roots. Okay, folks? Don't touch the trunk, always here on the sides. Now, take the bone meal. This bone meal, guys, gives great results. Why? Besides being rich in calcium, which strengthens the entire structure of the plant and helps the flowers stay on the plant longer, it also contains micro and macronutrients and is one of the main sources of phosphorus, which is an amazing nutrient for the roots and flowering of plants. Phosphorus is directly linked to plant flowering, and that's why we're going to use it. But now I'm going to take a small spoon and just get the tip of the spoon here and put it in this little hole I made on this side, and then get another tip of the spoon here and put it on this side. Now I can cover the bone meal that I put in this little hole, closing up the hole I made on the side of the pot. And now, yes, we are going right back to our little special recipe that we made here earlier with the water preparation. Let's go ahead and mix this water once again with the fine powder we put in here. I'm actually curious to know if you guessed its name. I'm about to reveal it to you. We're going to mix it a little more here to make it uniform. The release of nutrients has already started while we were preparing our plant and the other ingredient, and now we're simply going to apply it the right way. I'm going to grab this measuring cup that has a little spout here. See? I'm going to carefully pour this fresh water here. And now on that plant where I added the bone meal, I'm also going to add this special mixture that we have just prepared, which is a highly nutritional watering solution, extremely rich in essential nutrients. And then we're going to lightly water the pot. You don't need to soak it. This isn't really a watering. This is actually an effective method to evenly distribute nutrition through a liquid mixture so it can successfully reach all the roots in the pot. So it will start to penetrate the soil and distribute all the bone meal we've already added here. But it's not just with water, it's with an advanced nutrition watering. And like I told you, it doesn't have to be just for anthuriums. Look here, for example, these orchids of mine aren't blooming, right? I'm going to put a little bit of bone meal here too, right in the corner of the pot. I'm going to cover it again, make another little hole here on the side, and add a bit more bone meal. And here we're talking about orchids, okay? I'll cover it again and also water it with this liquid mixture we just prepared, which is organic and natural, but extremely rich in nutrients for flowering and strengthening any plant. And I'll show you the results soon with this orchid too, and with this anthurium. Don't leave this channel, subscribe now and turn on the notification bell so you can see the results. And now I'm going to reveal what product we used in this water preparation, and you'll see it's super easy. Chances are you already have it at home. If you don't have it, you can easily find it at any garden center, any natural product store, and often even at the supermarket you'll find this solution. So let's see who guessed this black powder, which is the first one we dissolved in water. This right here, folks, is nothing more than bokashi. It's a Class A fertilizer and it's organic and natural. This stuff brings life and biology to the soil, providing all the macronutrients and many micronutrients to the soil, and also helping the microorganisms present in the soil to feed themselves, so they have more strength and ability to transform what you put in the earth into fertilizer that can be easily absorbed by the plant's roots. That's why combining bokashi with bone meal works so well, because it provides complete nutrients and improves the plant's absorption of the nutrients you're adding. So, did anyone guess it right? What product was this, huh? But there's a very common mistake. People use fertilizer but still can't get their plants to bloom. And you won't make this mistake anymore because I'm going to tell you what it is right now. Anthuriums and many other flowering plants, pretty much all of them, like a well lit environment, never a dark place. Fertilize your plant, but make sure you put it in the right environment because even small plants can bloom as long as they're in the proper setting with the right nutrition, regular watering, and everything's set up for flowering to happen. If you just fertilize and leave it in the dark, the environment isn't right. If you only keep it in a good environment but don't provide nutrition, it won't have the health needed to bloom. So ideally, you need the whole context for your plant to truly be healthy, vigorous, and able to flower and grow. And that's exactly the secret of garden centers and especially plant growers. Now, pay close attention. Don't use this fertilizer every day. This is a fertilizer you should use at intervals of 30 to 45 days between applications. It's a very common mistake to want to apply it every week or every day and think you'll get great results. No, folks. Here, we have nutrients that will be absorbed slowly by the plant, so they'll have an effect for a long time. That's why fertilizing is so simple and so effective, and why we recommend it to you so much here. In a very short time, you'll start to notice that your plants will produce new leaves, new shoots, and many of them will also start to show flower buds. This happens quickly. Many times we've applied it, and in the same week, already started to see signs of improvement in the plants. I hope the same thing happens for you at home. It's always a great pleasure to bring this kind of content to you. It's hard work, it's not easy, but thanks to the support of the channel members, we're able to make all this happen and bring it to you for free. By the way, consider becoming a member by clicking on join here on the channel, which will really help us out. And it'll be a pleasure to have you a little closer to us, learning even more tips that we share exclusively with channel members. What I forbid you to do, pay close attention now, are these two things. First, don't leave this video without sharing it with someone you care about, someone you know loves plants and needs this tip. And the second, even more important, is don't leave without watching this video right here next to me, because this content has already helped thousands of people and it's going to help you too, I'm sure of it. A big kiss to your heart. See you in the next video.
Bye bye.
I'm out.